What's up, guys? It's your girl BooksWithBonnie, and I am back with another effing video. Y'all thought y'all were gonna end the year without seeing my lovely face? You're lies. There are lies. Wagwan. So, with that being said, today's video is going to be all about the amazing readathon that I'm going to be participating in at the beginning of the year. Yes, I know it's short notice. Yes, I understand that we got 12 billion things on the to-do list, so why can't I add one more? I don't understand. Explain. This readathon is by the one, the only, Tangible Reads, Courtney. She came up with an amazing, kind of perfect readathon to start the year off in the month of January. It's about motivation. It's about stacking habits, and y'all know I'm all about stacking my habits. Y'all know I gotta keep my structure going, right? It's all about motivating and support and giving you a community to help you do so. So let's jump right in. So this readathon is called the Bootcamp Readathon, and it includes activity and movement and fitness with what we all know that we love because we're a bunch of book nerds. Books. I thought this was brilliant. Not only can I read, but I can also exercise and get double the points. Now, this is a very fluid, easygoing, not even extra. It's just simplified, and I love that. Y'all know me. I will overcomplicate things, so the simpler, the better. So here is the prompt breakdown and also what I'm going to be reading. So you're kind of getting a sneak peek of my TBR based on the prompts I'm sharing with you guys today. So don't get too crazy now, okay? So let's jump right into the first prompt. So the first prompt is dumbbell, and that is to read a banned book. Now, I have had this book on my shelves forever. You hear me? Forever. Forever, forever, forever. I know the premise. I've seen pieces of it. You know, it's one of those books that's been around forever, and I told myself I need to eventually read it. And I'm talking a book from my childhood as well. So let's just jump right in. Okay, so the first book that I'm going to be doing for banned book is going to be Speak. Now, I got this version of it. I've had this version of it for a couple of years now, and I have not read it, and I know there's a movie with it. And what do I love to do? I love to read the book and watch the movie and compare what I know. So this is going to be one of the first books that I read for the readathon. Moving on, the second prompt here is Hummer, which is books with military characters. Now, I don't personally read a lot of memoirs, which is what comes to mind when I think of military books. But I did get a chance to do what I plan on doing a lot more of in 2024 is using my Libby app, using my library, all that good stuff. And I was actually able to find a book that I am very, very interested in. It is on my Libby app and it is on my iPad, so bear with me while I pull it up. But I was reading it and I was like, oh, this sounds really good. Let me give it a try. So this one is called We Return Fighting, World War I and the Shaping of Modern Black Identity. Now, this is a book that has been heavy on a lot of lists, and I personally have never heard about it. It also has National Museums of African American History and Culture in it, and hello, why not start my year off with some reads, okay? So here is what the cover looks like. I hope you guys can see it with it being on my iPad, but this is what we're working with, and this is what we're gonna be working with to get it done, okay? Okay then. Okay now, let's do it. Let's do it. The next prompt is going to be Class A, and that is a graphic novel book. Unfortunately, I read all the graphic novels that I currently own, but I am going to be picking up Demon Slayer Volume 1 as well as Death Note Volume 2 because I started that a couple months ago into 2023, and I'm going to finally pick it back up. So just some comic books that I haven't, graphic novels that I haven't dug too much into, so we'll see, I guess. I don't know. I always get confused, and y'all comment this down below. Graphic novels versus manga. What's the difference? I know it's an easy Google, but I prefer my people to tell me. Like, steer me in the right direction, y'all. Okay, moving on. The next one is Burpees, and you have to read a book by a BIPOC author. Now for this one, I decided to go with another book that was banned, and I've seen the movie, but I haven't read the book again, and that is going to be The Hate You Give. I actually have a BookSpot set of this, as well as On the Come Up and another book of hers. I have yet to read any of her work, but I've only seen the movie of this one, and I really want to read it. I feel like it's going to be a year of me reading books that's been hanging out for a while, but we got a plan, y'all. So just saying, just saying. All right. The next one is Pull-Ups, and it is read a book with 400 pages or more. Now this one was a little difficult because a lot of the books that I want to read are series. So I was kind of trying to find a book that wasn't a series but was that thick. Didn't work out, so I decided to go with a series. Now the series that I'm going to be finishing is by Tracy Wolff, and it is going to be Crushed. It is the second book in the Crave series. I think it's called the Crave series. It's like 7 or 8 books. A couple years ago, if not this year, maybe it was last year, one of my amazing viewers, shout you out, boo. One of my amazing viewers sent me the first 5 books of this series, and I read the first one, absolutely adored it, thought it was cute, gave me Twilight vibes, gave me that dark academia fantasy vibe. So I said, let's just keep it going. So I'll be reading this one, and it is technically 648 pages. So you know me, I'm an overachiever, so I gotta do it. Next. So the next prop is Low Crawls, and it's a book that is 100 pages. Now I lucked up because I do have a book with 100 pages, but I also got the big, what do you call it? Big font, because your girl likes to read without her glasses on, and y'all know I'm blind. But it's definitely 100 pages in this, and this is going to be Tanzania Glover's 90s Kind of Love, Lay Your Head on My Pillow. I keep putting this on my book list to read, and for some reason I never actually get to it. Not gonna happen. Your girl is gonna finally read it, if I haven't already. It's all a blur at this point, but that's the plan. Moving on. The next one is Class 6, and you have to read a erotica or a horror book. Y'all know I'm scared of everything, so horror was definitely not my first pick. So I decided to go with an erotica, but I did a little sprinkle to it. I decided to go to my mom's old what I like to call her backlist, which is a bunch of books that she used to read when I was younger and was not able to read because I was not old enough. A part of me still feels like I'm not old enough, but we're not gonna get into that. But I went ahead and grabbed one of those books, and this one is by Zane, which I know historically Zane is all about the smutty smuts. So I know Zane, as soon as I hear the name, it's gonna be some crazy things going on. But this one is The Sisters of APF. I have not read this book yet. I saw this beautiful, gorgeous, I'm talking chocolate woman on the cover, and I was like, why am I not reading this? She's a baddie. Why am I not? Why not, right? This is the first book, and then there's this shorter story that is a spinoff of this story, but I'm gonna start here, and yes, it's gonna be a good time, okay? All right, and then next is going to be audiobook. I have to read an audiobook, or listen to an audiobook, and for this one I decided on a book that again has been on my list for a while, and that is The Wedding Date, which is by Jasmine Guillory. I have not read any of her content. I have not read any of her works. Do I have multiple of her books on my shelves? Absolutely. So it's about time your girl get in tune with the books that she got. Okay, the next one is Sprints, and that is exercise for 30 minutes, which I plan on doing and walking around, and hopefully during some of my personal sprints on my channel. But then lastly, we have Squats, which is Visit Somewhere New. And I just found out that there's 2 libraries by me that I have never visited. So I'm gonna actually go to both of those locations as my place new. So as you can see, it's gonna be a jam-packed January. I'm sorry again to give you guys this such short notice, but if you are willing to participate, I recommend it. I think it's gonna be fun, it's easy, and it's super simple, and it makes it work for you, okay? Make it work for you, boo. Habit stacking is the goal. Do I go for a walk and listen to my audiobook? Boom, knocked out 2 things on there. I'm just saying, there's so many things that you can do. Strongly recommend you check all this out. All right, I have talked you all to death and I've sped through this, but I wanted to make sure you guys got all the juicy details. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below if you're willing to jump in. Almost January, so it's a great way to get involved, people. Make sure you comment down below what are some of the books you're going to be reading in January, but also make sure you check out the other co-hosts that I have with this readathon. Courtney created it, but there's so many different people that's going to be doing sprints and lives and conversations and discussions, and it's so many great things that I think you guys should really check it out. But that is all I have for you guys. As always, it has been a blast. I hope you guys are having an amazing holiday season. I hope your life is full of love, and I hope you're excited to crush it in the new year. It's your girl, Books with Bonnie. I'm out.